This is like 2 weeks old now, so we're really testing the capabilities of this wine saver. $10, maybe 12. What's up, guys? Welcome back to my channel. Today, of course, I had to continue trying to be creative with the baked feta pasta trend, and you knew I had to try to make mac and cheese with it, right? So this was definitely not like a final recipe thing, but I'm really happy with this first go, especially with the top. How awesome is it? How awesome, seriously. Obviously the top is not anywhere near a hack. It's actually fairly time consuming, and the sheets of phyllo dough, this is phyllo, are extremely delicate. I had to put all of the sheets that I was using in between 2 damp towels, take them out one by one to put them on a piece of parchment paper, completely cover each in butter or olive oil. I used olive oil today, and just keep layering and layering. So there's 10 layers here, but some recipes call for like 16 layers. So it's a little time consuming. If you don't want to do this, even though I have to say it looks extraordinarily impressive, you can buy the pre-cooked phyllo cups that you just like would put filling into for an appetizer, and you could like crush them up and use it as breadcrumbs. All right, let's get into this, and then I will explain a bit about what I did versus what I will do next time. And this is 100% something that I would love to see in my mac and cheese cookbook. All right, I kind of just want to like smash into the center of it. Because I can't like get any of it out that way. Oh, look at that. All of those flaky layers, they're all so crispy. All right, guys, I'm just going for it. I'm going in. Oh my gosh. That phyllo dough is out of control. I feel like I'm like digging for gold here. The phyllo is like flaking off as I'm picking it up from all of the different layers. So I keep getting a little piece in every bite. So creamy. The feta has a really nice tang to it. And I added a bunch of Parmesan cheese, about 2 cups or so. So that kind of balances out that tang, adds a nice like salty nuttiness. Do I look naked, by the way? It's like a skin colored top. So hot. Just the way I like it. freaking awesome, man. I did 10 layers. I'm not sure if I mentioned that before. The layers are like almost aggressive. Like, oh, whoa, how many are you gonna add? But this, yeah, perfection. That extra pastry, by the way, you can do a couple things with it. You can cut it into circles or squares, put them in a cupcake tin, and make your own little phyllo cup things. Or you could just break it off as is if you wanted extra topping for this. So when you go to serve yourself, if you want extra topping, you just like break off another little piece of the rest of the phyllo. I absolutely love feta for mac and cheese. I feel like anytime you're trying to make mac and cheese, you want it to be salty and tangy, in my opinion. That's why people add mustard to mac and cheese for a little tang. Feta really accomplishes that. Super creamy. You could add just like blocks of feta into your like standard mac and cheese and it would be amazing too. So what I did this time versus what I will do different next time. This time I added about 4 cups of liquid. It was about 2.5 cups, a half and half, a cup and a half of water into the casserole dish with the dry macaroni and the feta. Instead of layering the 2 blocks of feta like one on top of the other or piling them on top of each other, I would lay them out side by side instead. For the liquid, I would go ahead and add 6 full cups. I also baked this at 375 with the top because I was like, oh, maybe I can just put it all in together. It'll be great. I think that the macaroni really needed to go in at 350 to give the feta a little bit more of an opportunity to get luscious, like you've seen in the baked feta pasta videos where you're baking it for a half an hour at 400 degrees. The 6 cups of liquid really should make you good to go as far as liquid is concerned. However, if you wanted to add more liquid to the sauce after it comes out of the oven and before you put the topping on, which by the way, you can totally bake this first. Put this in the oven while you're assembling the mac and cheese, and then when this comes out, because this only took like 20 minutes, you can pop the mac and cheese in. This doesn't need to be like super hot. Another thing I would do is bring the cheese and the spinach that you're going to use to room temperature, and that's really not any extra work. That's just taking it out when you start the phyllo. It'll come up in temperature a little bit. That way when you add the Parmesan and the spinach to the casserole, it won't bring down the temperature as much. What I did this time, and I shouldn't have done, and I realized while I was doing it, I was pouring more liquid into the dish because I was like, oh, this is not enough, but it wasn't hot, so it brought the temperature down. And really you can try adding the Parmesan cheese before you add the whole thing in the oven too. So when you add all of your liquid, you can add the Parmesan cheese, mix it all together, and then pop it in. Spinach just kind of naturally will wilt up on you when it hits that steam from the pasta, all of that heat. I personally had to pop it back in the oven. Once I put the spinach in, I was like, I've put too many things that are not hot into this. So I put it back in the oven for like 5 minutes. Not a big deal. I had kind of undercooked my pasta just in case. So yeah, just be mindful of that. Mmm. Also, somebody said the other day, wow, you talk a lot. I'm like, I do. I want to give you guys all the information. Yeah, I want to do the mukbang, but I need to give you guys as much useful information so that when you go to make this, you're as successful as possible. So what I was gonna say is, a better way to measure out this phyllo situation is to physically measure with a ruler or whatever. I think they have an app on your phone for it now, but it hasn't really worked that well for me. Anyways, just measure from here to here and here to here on your dish, and then put that ruler down over top of the phyllo and mark it that way. The way I did it was stupid. I'm hitting the wall. All right, guys, this is gonna be my last bite. You can't like even see what I've eaten, but I'll show you. I did good. That was delicious. The more I think about it, the more I'm like, I should just use frozen spinach next time to like pack more spinach into this guy without having to do too much stirring, because like the stirring helps to wilt it down, but it also lowers the temperature. So I feel like if I take frozen spinach and squeeze it out and pop it in the microwave until it's like hot, and when this comes out, add the hot spinach, perfection. I can't believe how long this wine lasted. Like, this thing seriously is the best. Let me show you the other part to it. I don't know like what brand this is or anything. Oh, it says on here Vacuvin. Clever. And you just add the little cork bit on top. You set this down and then you pump it like this, and when it's fully gotten all of the air out of the bottle, 'cause it's just sucking the air out, it clicks. It goes tick, 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 tick when all the air is out. And yeah, 2 weeks old, $50 bottle of wine. Worth it. All right, guys, that was so delicious. I can't wait to work on this recipe a little bit more. I'm like full on obsessed with it for a few reasons. Again, I love the feta. This whole phyllo situation on top looks so impressive. It tastes delicious. It gives you everything that you love about like a crispy, crunchy topping. So good. And we got a ton of spinach in here, so getting our nutrients in here too. P.S. the mac and cheese by itself also has nutrients. It's just different kinds of nutrients. You could also add chicken into this. I actually spotted a rotisserie chicken at Costco when I was there earlier, and I was like almost got it to just like shred apart some pieces of rotisserie chicken and pop in here. Full-on meal. You can make this with all whole milk if you wanted to do whole milk instead of half and half, even though I kind of did half and half in water, so it kind of like ended up being similar to whole milk. Anyways, guys, keep an eye out for the cookbook, which will be later this year, but this will for sure be in the cookbook. Thank you guys so much for watching today, for taking some time out of your day. Comment below what you thought about this recipe. Comment below other ideas you have for mac and cheese videos, of course. All right, guys, thank you again so much for watching today, and I will see you guys next time. Bye, guys.